Demo Reel was a show created by the Walker Bros, Doug and Rob Walker. It was planned by the audiences. Only a specific few actually enjoyed the show. This show was a stand-in for a nostalgia critic. I had received the episode by an anonymous fan of NC by email. I don't want to announce his email for numerous reasons, so I'll just call him Nick. The video was a torrent.avi file. I downloaded the torrent and got some snacks and ready and relaxed. The episode started with the frame that popped up for a split second, but I'll get into the frame once more later. It started off with Rachel, Malcolm, and Doug all gathered in the room in their usual conference tables. They were all looking down at the table grim-like. Their expressions seemed to be a mixture of angry, depressed, and traumatized. Doug broke the grim silence. We cannot whatever that thing was get into our video. We just can't. At this point I was puzzled. 5 minutes in, Rachel came back what looked like almost a cry or shout in anguish and despair. Donnie, I don't know how we can edit that thing out of the episode. It's all face. Almost took up the entire frame of the camera. Rachel sobbed during the explosion of the thing's face. After 3 minutes of another round of grim silence, Malcolm suggested that we cancel the show. If we do more episodes, the thing will find a way to get into our tapes. I was disturbed at this point, starting to want to shut down the computer altogether. 8 minutes in, no sign of Carl or Quinn, just pure silence. I knew what was to come. If we cancel the show now, we can't go back at all. No more anything anymore. We seriously have to find a way to get that goddamn thing out of our tapes and our lives. I realized that this wasn't an actual episode. This was a real conversation between Malcolm, Rachel, and Doug. It was chilling. Just as I was about to shut off my entire computer down, the so-called climax happened. I heard a loud fucking roar, and I could swear it was the impact of the moon hitting the Earth's atmosphere, if I wasn't paying any attention. The camera went all found footage on us. The room was dark and it was a pitch black. Get to the exit. Hurry up, Doug called out as he frantically sobbed and ran for dear life. Malcolm and Rachel were at the exit. It was too late. Doug looked up in astonishment, horrendousness, and for the nostalgia critic himself before him. The only thing was, this wasn't the nostalgia critic. Its eyes were glowing, as if it was a vampire night vision. Its mouth stretched to its scalp, making it smile. Its teeth were sharp and matted with blood. The eyes on the fucking thing were caved into its skull, leaving every small pencil-sized eyes revealed. Its body stretched out into a grotesque manner. Its legs were broken backwards, and as it grew wings out of its fucking temples. That was the frame that appeared for a split second as he mentioned the beginning. This thing attacked Doug to the point where he was left to die. Rachel got caught by the thing and pulled into the pitch-black studio while letting out a blood-curdling scream. Blood splattered all over Malcolm, as he was the only one to survive. The footage ended on a cooing funeral song with pictures of Doug and Rachel captioned, Doug Walker, 1981, 2013. Rachel Tits, rest in peace. And that, my pretties, was Demo Reel Lost Episode. A Demo Reel Lost Episode Creepypasta. My final thoughts on this story? Give me a moment. I'm trying to, take all this into consideration on what I should say. This story, I definitely have to say, wasn't really good, but it wasn't bad either. That's one of the reasons I can definitely say. Unfortunately, it ends off with two characters being killed off. It obviously, I think for this, it just didn't really add in much flavor, and it just doesn't really work. That's just me being honest, because it obviously just did not work. I mean, it had cliches all over the place. I can definitely say that. So, there were cliches, like the blood-curdling scream, a lot of people, that's been overused. A lot of pastas use this. And that's something I don't understand, is, why a lot of pastas continue to use this. Blood-curdling scream and, I generally don't know, people. I generally don't know. This story, I definitely have to say, while it seems like just, I can't even freaking talk today, guys. This is just a most confusing story I have ever read. This is the most confusing story that just went all over the place. Like, it doesn't really explain the matter, and there's nothing to really back up the claims on this episode on if it's real or not, or if there's actual proof of it exists. There's barely any information on that. And that's a really disappointing thing. Because I was expecting this one to be actually half decent. But it just was all over the place. That's literally one of the reasons I can definitely say was that it was literally all over the place. I don't understand it. I generally don't understand it. Now, I definitely do have to say, I did see Gory Parody's reviews on this story, and yeah, I'm just gonna say, the story was just completely all over the place, and it really should have had more stuff added to it to maybe help out on why the thing, and about the thing that kills Rachel and the other guy, I don't understand why that had to be the case. Like, obviously there's going to be someone killing the characters off in, the video. Like, so many pastas have already done this, and I don't understand why they're still doing it. Like, I generally don't understand it. I really don't. I mean, the grammar is alright. I personally do have to say the grammar was alright, same with the sentence structure and the storyline, but not really too much of the storyline helped the matters, but it could have been expanded out a little more and explain more details as to why, the things happened the way they did. I generally don't understand why this story, and it just didn't really help out the matters. And this is just really unfortunate that the story just went 1 from 100. This story was just, it's not good, but it's not great either. That's literally what I'm getting at. Is this story, while I will say I will say that, I can understand the author did try to put his or her time and effort into this story, but it literally just didn't work out. That's just literally me being honest. It just didn't work out. It didn't really help the matters. And there is also, so I don't even know. I mean, pretty much it's basically a demo reel caused the revival of the Nostalgia Critic. That's mainly what the concept is. I definitely do have to say the story could have been explained better, but unfortunately it just didn't work out. That's literally what I'm trying to get at. This story was just, I don't know, it just wasn't really good. Now, I don't know who the original author is, so I'll leave it as anonymous for now. To the author of the story, if you happen to be the author of the story, please let me know who you are so I can give you proper credit. That's all I literally ask. Okay. Well, this story could have need a lot of improvement, but I'm just pointing out the facts. Alright. Anyways, like I'm always going to say, and like I always continue to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with it, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas. It's just simply my own personal thoughts. Final rating, 4 out of 10. Mainly because it did have so much potential to be interesting, but it just wasn't that good. It just went downhill from there, and it didn't really add much flavor. So, I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. So, yeah, I mean, if this story had a better concept in that, then maybe it would have changed the story a whole lot better. But, that's just me. Anyways, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm Shadow the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. As always, if you guys want to go follow me on Blue Sky, follow me on Twitter, follow me on my DeviantArt, and follow me on my backup channel known as Miss Dark Shigo. Links to all those will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on those. And that's pretty much all I have to really say, but if I'm missing something, please let me know what it is. And yeah, as always, I'll be catching you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, roll the outro, because I'm out.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.